Hi, I'm Mark and I'm going to share my story about why I use a personal trainer. So first, a bit of history about why I initially engaged with a personal trainer. So it was the end of 2014 and I was talking to a guy in the gym who was prepping for a bodybuilding competition. And I just mentioned to him that, I was quite envious and I wish it was something I had done when I was younger. And he said to me, age is no barrier. If you've got the commitment and the drive and the passion to do it. Most bodybuilding federations, well in fact all bodybuilding federations have masters categories, so there's no reason you can't do it. So that sort of planted the seed, and I thought about it quite a lot over the summer holidays that year, and then in the new year of 2015 I made the decision that I really wanted to give it a shot. The problem was though that I had absolutely no idea how to go about entering a bodybuilding competition, what was involved, or how to get into that sort of shape that would be required. So I obviously needed some help. So what I did was I emailed a few of the gyms in my area and I told them that I was looking for a personal trainer, but I wanted one that had some experience with competitive bodybuilding. So I got a reply back from one gym and they were recommending a personal trainer called Copeland. And so I went online to see what I could find out about Pitch and see what her PT credentials were, and found that Pitch was herself a very successful bodybuilder, both nationally and internationally. So that was awesome. That's exactly what I was looking for. So I arranged to meet with Pitch and we sat down and discussed what my goals were. And I had one very specific goal, and that was that I wanted to enter the 2016 NABBA Auckland Champs. And they were in July of 2016. So that gave me about a year and a half to get into shape, which I hoped would be enough. So I started training with Pitch in February of 2015, and Pitch got me on the right track with both my training and my nutrition. And then things were going so well that after a few months Pitch said to me, why don't you think about entering a competition this year, 2015? And I said, well, if you think I can be in shape, good enough shape and time, then yeah, I'm game. So we aimed for that, and I ended up entering the NABBA North Harbour Championships in October of 2015. And I ended up coming third in my class, which was absolutely brilliant. I was just so thrilled, and it's fair to say from that point on I had the bug. What was astounding actually, I'll just mention, that between February 2015 when I started training with Pitch and October 2015 when I entered that first comp, so within 8 months I lost 22 kilos, and I went from about 21.5% body fat down to around 7 or 8%. So that was just unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I didn't realise I was carrying so much extra weight. I thought I was in reasonable shape. So we kept training anyway towards my initial goal, and then I did enter the 2016 NABBA Auckland Champs in July, and I won my class at that competition, and I also went on to win the overall Mr. Athletic title at that comp. And then in October 2016 I entered the NABBA Nationals, which I qualified for from the previous win, and I ended up winning my class at that comp. And then a week later I did the 2016 North Harbour Championships and I won my class at that comp. So in under 2 years with Pitch, and within the first year of competitive bodybuilding, I'd entered 4 competitions, which was so much more than I ever expected I would do. And for each of those 4 competitions we ended up with a great result. And I say we because I feel like it's as much Pitch's achievement as it is mine. There's no way I would have achieved those results on my own without a personal trainer. So I think, sure I put in a lot of hard work, but I wouldn't have achieved it without a personal trainer. So I think it's as much Pitch's achievement as well. So that's kind of the history. I'm still training with Pitch, and we've set new goals for me for 2017. So we're working hard on those at the moment. And I still, I continue to work with a personal trainer. I mean, for me, mainly it's for being pushed. A personal trainer can really push you to the limits that you wouldn't push yourself. A lot of people think they can push themselves training by themselves. Personally for me, I know that I don't. I'll give up on a set a lot earlier training by myself than I would if I've got a personal trainer standing in front of me telling me to do 2 more reps. So it's invaluable in that respect for being pushed. And it's good to have someone to be accountable to. I think that helps with the motivation as well. The motivational side is huge. And at the very least, if you train in the morning, knowing that you've got a personal trainer waiting for you at the gym is great motivation to drag yourself out of bed and get going. For me, it's also important to have a personal trainer that practices what they preach. I know with Pitch, she's a competitive bodybuilder herself. I know how hard she works at that, and I know that health and fitness is not just a job for Pitch, it's a way of life, it's her passion. And that's really important to me. I don't think I could take a trainer seriously that's telling me what to do in the gym if I know they don't do it themselves. That just wouldn't work for me. So I think that's quite important. And that goes along with the motivation. Pitch for me is a real inspiration, and I hope that I'll have the sort of success that she's had. That really motivates me big time. And I mean, the other thing is, personal trainers are the ones that are trained in the mechanics of the muscles and the body and how everything works. And I'm sure they can see things in your body that you don't necessarily see yourself. Personal trainers great at seeing what your weaknesses are and what your strengths are, and they can tailor your workout program to focus on those weaknesses you might have. Pitch provides me with a workout plan that we change every 6 to 8 weeks, which is fantastic, just to keep the muscles guessing. I think a personal trainer is invaluable. If you've got health and fitness goals that you're trying to achieve, I would highly recommend getting yourself a personal trainer, because I think you'll find that you'll achieve those goals so much faster.